You want me to put that on my tudger?
Harry's wife. We've had enough. Harry's wife came to the United Kingdom to look for a husband, or to put it more bluntly, as a narcissist, she was seeking an intimate partner primary source, someone that was easily controlled, that would fountain with fuel and provide her with extensive character traits and residual benefits. She got the golden ticket, and way above her abilities and station, managed to secure the Prince of Pink Pancakes. Her narcissism, however, was not suited to keeping her in situ, and therefore she had to assert control by withdrawing first to Canada and then to California, retreating to what she perceived as home territory, where she believed, through her delusion, that she would be fully embraced as one of our own coming home. That not only would Americans rejoice, although many would be going, Harry's wife who? But also that she believed that she would be welcomed with open arms by the A-listers, because she regarded herself as now one of them. Devoid of having achieved anything other than having been in suits and marrying a prince, she nevertheless believed that people would embrace her as a philanthropist, bananitarian, former actress, and now royalty. Naturally miscalculating because America was a nation that broke away from royalty, and many of its citizens couldn't give a rat's ass about the concept of royalty. But Harry's wife, demonstrating her low cognitive function, combined with her sense of entitlement, believed that people would be wanting to engage with her. And at first, it proved to be the case, as deals came their way, and a lot of press publication in the United States was favourable. But lo and behold, as a consequence of her behaviours, as a consequence of the repeated whine-a-thon that was her victimhood mentality, those good citizens of the United States became tired of the whinge-fest, tired of the entitlement. They began, like the Brits had already done so, to see the hypocrisy, the sense of entitlement, the behaviour of the gruesome twosome, and they did not like what they saw. And thus, with a series of well-publicised failures, and the tide very much now turned against them, more and more people are having their say about them. Lee Cohen, who is a US policy expert, stated, "My homeland America is in the grip of a self-hating woke mania, but even we've had enough of Harry and Harry's wife's grief circus." For 3 years now, I've been telling somewhat sceptical American audiences that the fortunes of the Sussexes would someday see a reversal due to the couple's permanent victimhood act. It seems that inflection point is now in full blossom, with the latest bad news that, at significant financial loss to this once golden couple, Spotify has jettisoned Harry's wife's podcast Archetypes. It is sad that my homeland, the once proud land of the free and home of the brave, has embraced an appalling self-hating woke mentality, where schools teach students to be ashamed of our great past. But even here, in America, the burlesque grievance circus led by Harry and Harry's wife is finally being met with rejection. Events like the cancelled podcast, the eye-rolling catastrophic car chase, and Harry's court activity are especially revealing. So many episodes have hardened our hearts to these tone-deaf, self-aggrandizing hypocrites. There were the accounts of Harry's wife getting her diva on, bullying palace aides. And what about Harry diving headlong into politics, dismissing as bonkers our constitutional commitment to free speech? And don't get us started on that appalling Oprah interview, designed to harm Harry's family, where unnamed royals were fingered for racism. The duplicitous pair then vomited forth podcast after network teleseries, amping up their whinge-fest against Harry's family and Britain's institutions. Things culminated in Harry's memoir, Spare, in which no confidence was safe, no relationship off limits. In February, Headlines warned that the couple's popularity had sunk to an all-time low. Harry rushed in where few would dare to tread, trading even on his relationship with his late grandmother, a woman who was cherished on these shores as she was around the globe. Americans were completely repelled by the anguish the Sussexes inflicted upon Queen Elizabeth in the frailest moments of her long life. Harry's ill-judged decision to seek yet a new venue last week, a British courtroom to broadcast his grievances, was painful to watch. None of this has won the perturbed pair any friends, either east or west of the Atlantic. On the contrary, the Sussexes' popularity has sustained a blow that the likes of Spotify are not ignoring. We Americans like winners with positive success stories. Moreover, we champion underdogs who have beaten adversity. Most of all, we appreciate loyalty and humility. The Sussexes could not possibly deviate further from the qualities we admire in humanity, which at the end of the day aren't very different to those prized in the United Kingdom. Harry has revealed himself to be a deeply unhappy and troubled man who blames everyone but himself for the consequences of his own poor decisions and turns to illegal substances to escape. It is no accident that gracious, dignified, and focused on others William and Kate are far more popular here. Just a few years ago, the Sussexes were flying high with multi-million-dollar contracts. Now they are the butt of jokes, from South Park to comedian Chris Rock. We look to be in full bloom of a reversal of fortunes for the pair. Once media darlings in the United States who are now figures of ridicule. Another scathing description of the behaviour of the Sussexes and demonstrating how their values do not sit with those of most people in the United States. Harry's wife, if she had been a more evolved narcissist, would have emulated those values, traded upon them, harnessed them, but she's incapable of doing so. And the reason for this? Because she not only has no emotional empathy, but her mid-range narcissism just simply isn't up to the task of understanding people in the way that she needs to, although she thinks she does, given her arrogance and sense of entitlement, resulting in this misfiring that happens again and again and again, and results in articles such as this one, highlighting the way that they are now so unpopular, that they are so disliked, that the end is very much on the horizon for the two of them with regard to the dreams that they once had. Another commentator goes by with another set of observations about them, none of them inaccurate with regard to the way that Harry's wife has behaved. She may not know about this particular article, but once again, it is representative of the way that people see her and the way that she is completely oblivious to, because her narcissism keeps telling her she's right and everybody else is wrong. I'm H.G. Tudor. Thank you for listening.